And good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to Branco Broadcast. I'm Bob Branco. We're very pleased to have tonight Mr. Jay Blake from Follow a Dream. He's going to talk to us about all that he does. Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you. Thank you. My name is Jay Blake, and I founded Follow a Dream. And I will talk tonight about, I will give a presentation called 5 Tools for Your Life's Toolbox, which basically tells my story and has the 5 tools that I use to find success. Just want us all to take a moment and remember all of those we lost on 9/11 today and all of those people suffering through these horrible storms we've had in Texas and Florida. And just keep them in your thoughts. May 22nd, 1997 was like any other Thursday. I woke up, I got out of bed, I drove to work, and started my day as the head mechanic for a transportation company. I worked on tractor trailers. 5:30 that afternoon, my world changed forever. A forklift wheel and tire assembly exploded in my face, throwing me 45 feet through the air. With little hope of survival, I was flown to Mass General Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts, where surgeons worked for over 10.5 hours to rebuild my face and eventually implant 2 prosthetic eyes. 3.5 weeks later, I walked out of the hospital. My entire world had changed forever. The way I viewed it, the way I interpreted it, and the way I would live it. The purpose of my presentation is to talk with you about that experience and the lessons that I have learned. I will be defining 5 essential tools for your life's toolbox. First, a positive attitude. Second, education. Third, passion. Fourth, self-determination. And 5th, the ability to work as a team member. Every day you wake up, you have 2 choices. To either have a good day or a bad day. And it's really that simple. If you wake up and you start thinking negatively and you shift yourself into a negative attitude, that negative attitude, it takes energy away. A negative attitude pushes people away. If you wake up in the morning and you shift yourself into a positive attitude, that positive attitude, it generates energy within you. A positive attitude is magnetic. It draws people to you. It energizes people around you. So in your life's toolbox, I want you to put a positive attitude. When I was going to school, in high school, all I wanted to do was get out and go to work. And I was never much of a student. But after graduating high school and starting my career as an auto and truck technician, I realized that education never stops. After my accident, I went back to school. I went to the Carroll Center for the Blind in Newton, Mass. And there I learned how to live life without my vision. But throughout our life, we never stop learning. Education needs to be part of our life all the time. With technology changing as rapidly as it does, we have to be aware of that and open to change, open to learn new things and new ideas, as well as sharing our own knowledge with others. So no matter at what point you are in your life, or no matter what is going on, you always have to remember to be open to education, learning new ideas, and sharing your knowledge with others. When I was at the Carroll Center, I was asked to write a paper on my fantasy job. And I said to the instructor, I can't do my fantasy job, I'm blind. And she said, it's a fantasy, Jay, you don't have to be blind. So at that point, I wrote the same paper that I had written since about the 4th grade about working on a professional race team. I wrote the paper, I handed it in, and I never thought much more about it. Well, after graduating from the Carroll Center, a friend of mine invited me to Reading, Pennsylvania for an NHRA drag race. Drag racing was my passion, my dream. But after losing total sight, smell, and taste, how was I going to enjoy the sport that I dreamed of? I really didn't want to go, but they said, we've never been to the races and you understand what's going on, so you're coming. I arrived at the racetrack on Friday morning and my heart started pounding. My adrenaline was flowing. I felt alive. I had to be part of it. Well, Sunday of that weekend, riding through the pit area, I jumped up on the golf cart I was riding on, and I threw my hands in the air and yelled, I'm going for it. I'm going to make it happen. And at that very moment, I realized what I was going to do with the rest of my life. I was going to start my own race team. So in your life's toolbox, I want you to put your passion. I came home from that weekend determined to make my dream a reality. I had no money, I had no race car, and I had no idea how to start a business. So I reached out and I asked for help. I met with advertising people to learn about advertising and marketing. I met with business people to learn how to write a business plan, how to form a business. I went back to school. I took a marketing course and a business course. And as I kept pursuing this education, I was keeping my eye out for a race car, trying to raise some money and save money. And then I was talking with my older brother who had driven race cars in the past, and I told him my plan and asked him if he'd drive the car. And he told me, you really got to put your life back together. You got to figure out what you're going to do with the rest of your life. And he went on and on. I said, look, I'm not really interested in your opinion. I just want to know if you'll drive the car. So he said, sure, I'll drive it. And by December of 1999, I had purchased my first race car and formed a company called Follow a Dream, a non-profit corporation designed to educate children and adults on the power of positive thinking, self-determination, and teamwork through motorsports. What was once a dream was now becoming reality. So, in your life's toolbox, I want you to put your determination. I came home from that weekend determined. And now the pieces have started to come together. But walking into my garage one morning, I realized successful people don't do it alone. I wanted to show myself and everybody else that even though I couldn't see, I could still do what I love to do, work on cars. But walking into my garage one morning, I realized, again, successful people They don't do it alone. I am not speaking tonight because what I have accomplished. I am here because of a team, a group of people coming together, bringing their strengths together, and their weaknesses fall to the side. Because we are all different. We all have our own strengths, and we all have our own weaknesses. But when we come together, focused on a common goal, we bring our strengths together. And there's nothing more powerful than teamwork. Through teamwork, I have taken what was once a dream and now created a race team that is currently ranked number 1 in the Eastern region. We are ranked number 7 in the country. We have won a couple of races this year, a couple of runners-up. We have more races to go. I'm flying out to North Carolina tomorrow morning. Then we're off to Pennsylvania. This is all happens through teamwork. So in your life's toolbox, I want you to put the ability to work as a team member. I call it the roller coaster ride of life. It goes up and down and up and down, and sometimes it levels off, but not for very long. But it's the greatest ride there is. We all have challenges. Challenges we face sometimes every day. But those challenges can't define us. We need to work through those difficult times. And these 5 tools will help you work through those challenges. Giving up, that's easy. Anybody can do that. You throw your hands up and say, I quit. You'll never find success by giving up. Success is not easy. It takes a ton of work, takes sacrifice, but it is possible. Because if you believe in yourself and you tell yourself that you can do this, or I can do this, or you just believe, then you can do it. You know, it may take a long time to get there, but you just don't give up. You keep working towards that goal every day. Remember to let that positive attitude generate energy within you and move you forward. Always be open to education, whether you're learning something new or sharing your knowledge with others. Your passion will keep your dreams alive. Your determination will keep your dreams in focus. And your ability to work as a team member will give you the ability to reach your goals and your dreams. Remember these 5 tools and carry them with you every day. And I will end with a quote. Do not let your fear stop you. Let your dreams drive you. Thank you very much.
Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to call on you to ask your question. We'll start with Dan Parker. Are you there, Dan?
Wow, I didn't think I was going to ask first.
You're all set, Dan. Go ahead.
How's Mr. Parker?
Hey, Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man.
I would like for everybody for Jay to explain to everybody that how he's talking about teamwork and organization, how much of a team he has, and how the vital role of like his truck driver and how committed his crew is. I think everybody would be very impressed with that. That's what I think that's something that for everybody that know, I know Jay personally, and we talk quite often, and so I think if you understand that, you understand how much organization it takes to be as successful as what Jay is. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, thank you, Dan.
Okay, you wanted to say something first? Go ahead.
I just want to comment. I'm not sure. Dan and I do know each other personally. We are friends. And I just want to take a moment. I met Dan through racing. He went blind in an accident. He is a driver of a drag racing car, what they call a pro mod, and very, very successful. And he is an incredibly talented guy. And his accident, it escapes me how long ago it was, but it wasn't very long ago, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago maybe. And the way he has overcome it and never given up, and the things he has accomplished are unbelievable. And he is a true inspiration on the true reality of just not giving up. So I just wanted to take a moment and educate everybody on Dan. There is a huge team that goes with the racing program. There is approximately 12 people involved on the Follow a Dream team. There's 9 of us that travel to the races. Right now, there's a gentleman who volunteers his time. He's down in Charlotte, North Carolina, driving our transporter, which is a big trailer and truck that hauls the race car and all the equipment we need. And I'll be flying out tomorrow with another gentleman from the team, and then the rest of the team flies out on Thursday down to Charlotte, and we all gather, and we'll race the car for 3 days down there, we hope. And then we pack up and we go to Pennsylvania. So most of the team will fly home from the North Carolina event, and 3 of us will jump in, 2 of us actually, will jump in the truck. Me and another guy will jump in the truck and drive to Pennsylvania. And I don't usually do any of the driving unless it's, really dark at night. Sometimes I'll volunteer, but they don't usually take me up on that.
Okay, Lauren?
Okay, I already unmuted, so I didn't have to worry about that. I don't have any questions, Jay. I'm just enjoying listening to your presentation. So you can go on, Bob, to the next person.
Okay, Tony.
I guess I have a couple questions. What do you consider being a successful person?
I think success is something that each of us have to come up with ourselves. There's lots of people that have different levels of success. I don't think you have to be, Bill Gates to be successful. If you have a desire to do something and you do that, you're successful. It's not about how much money you have or how many things you have, or, so many. I think some of that we've lost in this country, where success equals a dollar sign. I'm not sure success really equals a dollar sign. Success
Oh, I very much agree with that.
What you think success is.
Yeah, I like your answer, Jay.
Thank you.
So I gather that you coordinate all these 12 people, and I gather that in the races money is made, correct?
I have a lady in my office that helps coordinate pieces of it, yes. And yes, there is money made at the races, but nothing like what you hear in NASCAR, millions of dollars. If we were to win the race this weekend, we do not win enough money to pay all the bills we would generate for this weekend.
So
what we are really and truly racing for is a trophy. The trophy is a very valuable piece, not in dollar value, but in work. And people work thousands and thousands of hours for, to give you an example, we're going to go to North Carolina. If we win the race, we will go down. This is drag racing, so it's a straight quarter mile from beginning to end. We don't drive around like NASCAR in circles. We race a straight quarter mile. Our car goes from 0 to over 260 miles an hour in 5 seconds.
Wow. I bet that's a lot of fun.
If we were to win the race or to go to the finals, we would make 7 passes. That means that the car literally would race less than 1 minute of time for the whole weekend. And we spend thousands of dollars and work for thousands of hours to try and make that all happen.
Very interesting.
And
thank you.
When you win the trophy, that's really what it's all about.
Okay, next we have Stephen.
Hey, Jay, how are you? I heard about you at the Carroll Center. That's where I remembered your name from. And I think that's a great message. The positive thinking and the quote you had at the end was really, it's really inspiring to people, I think, to have, not everyone's going to, like you said, you have to follow your dream. But I think defining your own success, and, it's hard to argue with that. So good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, Marcy.
Yes. First of all, congratulations. I think it's a great thing to be able to follow your dream. I have a bunch of friends that are in a coffee shop down the street from me, and I was talking about you, and everybody said, "Oh no, there's no such thing about a person that can build a car and this and that." And I said, "Well, you all have computers. Go on the computer and look them up." And then the next day they come in and they go, "Oh, you're so right." And I said, "See, anyone can follow a dream."
Right.
And now you got a bunch of oversized play children that are now following you.
All right.
Because I told them, just because a person can't see, they can do anything you can do because they're a bunch of mechanics.
Right.
So you got a bunch of people following you from West Roxbury.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Marcy.
You're welcome, and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Jeffrey. Jeff? All right, we're going to get back to you, Jeff. We'll go now to Don.
Yes, Bob, thank you. Jay, this is Don from Central Mass. Gee, I really admire your attitude. That's the way to look at life. Yes, well, tell me, Jay, you work on the engines, correct?
Yes, I do not drive the car.
No.
Right.
No,
I physically work on the race car and the truck and the trailer and, whatever else needs to get done.
Now, my question, Jay, is did you teach yourself how to work on the engines, or did did you go to school for that?
I never went to school, but I got my first job as a professional mechanic right out of high school, and all through my childhood, I always worked on mechanical things and always loved, it went from, matchboxes to bicycles to mini bikes to snowmobiles and to cars and trucks and, as I've gotten bigger, my toys have gotten bigger, that's all.
My inkling was correct. You kind of taught yourself.
Yes, but, I had lots of people I worked with and that have helped teach. And, you pay attention and try and learn from others. I was not fortunate enough to go to a technical school.
No, but you're just as good at it, but you've been doing it all your life. So, you taught yourself.
Yeah.
But I really admire that. So, okay, well, that's it for now, Bob.
Thank
Bob, thanks for your questions. Okay, we're going to go back to
Jay.
Jeff.
Okay, Jay?
Yes.
Are you actually from Worcester, or what part of Mass are you from?
I live on Cape Cod.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
You probably grew up there, too, then.
No, I moved down here in 1986.
Wow, from where?
From out by Waltham.
Oh, yeah. Where the Fernald is.
What's that?
Where Fernald was. On Trapella Road, Waltham.
Oh, yep, Trapella Road, yep.
Yeah, I went to Fernald before I went to Perkins.
Oh, okay, gotcha, okay.
Okay, we're going to now go to Trish. Trish, you're next. All right, we'll get back to you. We'll go to Jay next.
Okay, am I here? Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are, Trish. Go ahead.
Sorry, when you call my name, I'm trying to punch the numbers, and my phone just goes, it doesn't work. But anyway, hi, Jay. I'm from Michigan, and I hope you get to Michigan. I would love to come and listen, and you sound so inspiring, and it's awesome, totally awesome. I used to be a racing fan. Now that I can't really see it anymore, I just listen. And my husband's a racing fan, so he tells me what's going on. But it sounds exciting. It sounds like a lot of fun. And I really don't have any questions because you basically said it all for me. But like I said, you're very, very inspiring. And I wish you luck for that trophy. I'm pulling for you.
Well, thank you very much, Trish.
Excuse me, Trish, what part of Michigan are you from?
I am originally from the Detroit area, but I now live in the Port Huron area.
Oh.
All right, next we have Jay. Jay, do you have any questions for Jay?
Yes, Jay, obviously I like your presentation. You are very good with your positive thinking. And you came out of with this accident, certainly proved yourself, and you did well. When I was sighted, I used to see this race car like Indianapolis 500. You can never get me interested, obviously, to pay and go, stand there watching these guys go round and round. All of a sudden, one hits the other one. Next thing I know, the other one explodes. Somebody died. It's, oh, yeah, we just lost somebody. And that was never interest me at all, watching something that people are going to get hurt or die or something. And then my question to you is, as a blind person, I'm blind, and I could never be, crazy about just all of a sudden to go sit someplace, hear about this race car. When I was sighted, I wasn't interested. And also hearing all kind of danger involved. And you obviously came out of such a dangerous stuff, lost your eyesight, which obviously you were as a mechanic. And what I'm thinking, what makes you think that other blind people might be interested in following this as a positive thinking?
Well, Jay, this isn't about trying to tell people to follow my dream. This is about telling people to follow their dream. I am in no way trying to convince you to like race cars. If you choose not to like them and find no purpose in it, that's totally acceptable. But I encourage you to pursue your passion and your dreams. And what the presentation is about is just that. It's telling you about my life and what I have done with what's happened to me to encourage you to follow your dreams. So, I find racing exciting. It's a very technical and scientific and very, there's a lot of mechanics to it. You've heard a lot of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And auto racing is the ultimate STEM project. But you go follow your dreams and you have your passion and whatever that may be. That's for you to decide. But all I'm telling you is you can go after your dreams.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Cleora.
Hello, Jay.
How are you?
I am fine. Sort of, kind of, in a way. I try never to be too optimistic, I might tempt the fates. But that's against your philosophy, is it not?
It is.
You mentioned your brother, bringing your brother on board. And you mentioned, building a team. You mentioned, I'm assuming it was, I think it's called, the small business something or another that, help people kind of learn how to do what they need to do to start a business and things like that. The team that you put together now, being, I think I misunderstood at the beginning that it was just a mechanic shop. You were just working as a mechanic, but I guess you were actually working on cars at that time?
Yes, when I had my accident, I was working on tractor trailers and equipment, yes.
How did you find your team? I mean, were these people that you already knew, or how did you get this team and put it together and find people that you could, trust to work with you and do everything like that?
The team has gone through many evolutions now at this point, but the team that Follow Dreams started with was my brother and I and a race car, and then I needed to change the race car we had to gain corporate sponsorship, which is really how we generate income. And as I built the first team to go, well, the kind of car we race now is called an alcohol funny car. And the team that I created then was mostly people I knew and then some of the people they knew. So we kind of all knew each other. And at this time, basically the entire team has evolved a number of times because we do not have the funding to have a full-time paid staff. So a lot of the team is volunteers. So at different points, people's jobs and things have gotten in the way, and they've been unable to continue. So we just, through the racing and through people being aware of what we're doing and different people you meet along the way, you find different people that would be interested in doing this, and then you train them and educate them on doing it.
Okay. Sometimes I have found it's easier to find people to do something for nothing. I mean, like do a good job for nothing than it is to find somebody that you pay a salary.
Yeah, it can be, but we tend, in a season, we'll do, say, 14 races a year. And then with different, if you go test or you have a rain out or something like that. So in real life, a person needs almost 30 days off of a full-time job to travel with us. So it's hard to find people that are able to do that all the time.
Ah. So are some of your people then pretty high? I know when I was working, I think I ended up with like about 6 weeks of vacation a year. We had one director in the company that absolutely just disappeared for. He took it all at the same time. He was just gone for 6 weeks, and everybody knew when he was going to go. And so are some of your people like that have that kind of vacation time?
Yeah, some of them, but most of them are. A lot of them are self-employed, and then a couple of them are retired, and then we rotate a few different people in and out depending on their work schedule.
Ah, well, that's interesting. That's not the kind of answer I expected. That's actually a very helpful answer. Well, thank you. That's what I have.
All right. Well,
I have a question. I have a question of my own, Jay. Since you've been involved with racing, which is your dream, have you met any of the well-known NASCAR professional racers?
The NASCAR professional racers?
In other words, the Jeff Gordons of the world.
I've met Darrell Waltrip, and I've met I can't think of his name. I met a team owner. I'm actually going to speak at Hendricks Motorsports on Wednesday of this week. But in the drag racing world, the NHRA, I know a number of them like John Force and Antron Brown and Leah Pritchett and, Larry Dixon, and I know a bunch of them.
Good. Any new check-ins that I haven't called? Okay, we still have a few minutes. If anybody has something they want to add, we still have a little bit of time left. Any other questions for Jay? From the floor.
Yeah, Jay, you were talking about marketing earlier. I think having that kind of good marketers make other people feel positive. So do you have, like, commercial sponsors? Because I know you said you're nonprofit and all that. Do you have, like, big companies helping you out? Because I know, like you said, it's a big expense and,
Yes, Permatex is our primary sponsor. Permatex is the leading manufacturer of automotive sealants and anaerobic thread lockers. They also make Fast Orange hand soap, and they make an incredible cleaner called Spray 9, which is a great disinfectant and cleaner. It's a great product. You can get it at Home Depot and all different kinds of places. And that's Permatex, who's our primary sponsor. And then there are companies like Clevite Engine Bearings that supply us with engine bearings and piston rings and NGK spark plugs, and mechanics wear gloves, Gates belts. These companies help us out through product.
So that's like your teamwork. You're kind of they're helping you out and you're helping them out as far as marketing. So they both, you kind of one hand shakes the other,
Correct. Yes. Yes. It has to be. It has to be a two-way street where you're working back and forth with each other, so they're comfortable and confident that they're getting value for what they give you.
Well, great. Go for that trophy. When.
Thank you. You can check us out on Facebook. Follow a Dream Racing on Facebook. And
okay.
we update to that. And Jay Blake, I'm on Facebook, and we're on Instagram and Twitter as well.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a website?
Yes. The website is followabdream.org.
Followabdream.org.
Uh-huh.
We'll look you up.
Great.
Anything else before we conclude?
Excuse me, is there a phone number, like a 508 number or to call Follow a Dream?
Yep, my phone number at the office is 508
Yeah.
420
Yeah.
8319.
8319. 420-8319.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what time, do you have like certain hours, let's say 8 a.m. to what time are your office hours?
Yeah, we're usually there 9 to 5, kind of. It all depends, because tomorrow I'll be on the road for the next 2 weeks, so I won't be in the office, and I have a lady that comes in periodically.
You going to Michigan?
I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina, and Reading, Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, that's closer to Allentown than it is to Philadelphia.
Correct. Yes, it's right near Allentown.
What does NHRA stand for?
The National Hot Rod Association.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Well, it's been a pleasure, Jay. Certainly you've inspired me, and I'm very sure you've inspired everyone else on this call. You have followed your dream, and I'm very glad that you're continuing to encourage people to follow their own dreams. I certainly understood what you meant. If we all have our own passions, we should stick by them and see them through to the end. And you've certainly done that yourself, and we appreciate your positive attitude and your passion and your determination and your teamwork and the other tools that you asked us to put in our toolbox. Jay, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Bob. It's been a pleasure. And, Dan Parker might be somebody at some point you wanted to get on your show. He has quite the inspirational story as well.
Okay, I'll look Dan up.
All right.
Thank you again.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
Thanks.